Deciding by consent means decisions are within the range of tolerance of everyone in the group. A range of tolerance includes your preference at the top of the range. Then on either side of your preference are the boundaries of what you can tolerate. Within these boundaries lie the things you can live with, and outside of those lines are the things you cannot live with. Everything within those boundaries is your range of tolerance. You can think of the range of tolerance like a trout in a mountain stream. A trout can live and thrive with some variation in conditions, but if the water gets too warm or too cold, for example, the trout will not survive or reproduce. We say the trout cannot tolerate the conditions in the stream. At the same time, the trees that shade the stream and keep the temperature acceptable for the trout also have a range of tolerance in which they thrive and reproduce, as do the hosts of insects, other fish, crustaceans, leeches, and worms that the trout feed on, as well as the water plants that give it shelter. To have something as glorious as a mountain stream full of trout requires that conditions meet the range of tolerance of all the interdependent parts of the system. Our organizations and networks are systems too. If we want to thrive, we need conditions that meet the range of tolerance for all parts of the system. We need governance and decision-making that is able to integrate that diversity. When group members are getting out of their range of tolerance, it can show up as bad behavior. For example, when board members stop attending meetings, grumble in the parking lot, or break into factions, they are saying they cannot tolerate conditions in the group. When we listen with the intention to understand what is out of a member's range of tolerance and why, we invite a deeper dialogue. The complexity and nuances of issues emerge and spur us to find more creative and adaptive solutions. We don't even have to agree with a concern to find a solution to address it. When working with your circle, it is always a good idea to note that the range of tolerance for decision-making is in relation to your group's purpose. You are out of your range of tolerance when your sense is that the decision will interfere with your group's ability to meet its purpose or your ability to fulfill your role. If you don't have a clear shared purpose, you won't be able to reach consent. Because there is no criteria for the decision, there's no way to evaluate the impact of a decision. Here is a common situation. People on their cell phones or tablets during meetings. Take a few minutes to assess your range of tolerance for cell phone and other device usage in meetings. Record your reactions to the following questions on the response form. When we teach live classes about range of tolerance, we ask groups to define a policy for device usage as a practice scenario. People have strong preferences. They usually want devices available or do not want them in the room at all. It's an issue that could get very prickly and personal quickly. However, every group has efficiently come up with a policy that gained everyone's consent. They did not debate preferences, look for general agreement, or compromise. They started with a proposal and refined it by respecting each other's tolerances. They sought the conditions that supported their common purpose and each member's role. Every proposed policy has been different, but there have been some common themes. First, everyone I've run across could tolerate devices being on silent or vibrate, as long as they were used for a good reason. Those reasons include being able to receive calls about childcare, emergencies, or urgent work matters, or for taking notes. It turns out, actually, that people have a range of flexibility for each other's needs.